Hey guys, this is Pharaoh 2091, and welcome back to Let's Play Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney. Last time we left off, we finished the initial investigation for this case, and, well, like always, we never get a break. Even when we're at a concert, there's still a murder that takes place, and we have to investigate it and defend whoever. So I kind of feel bad for Apollo, and I felt bad for Phoenix, because, you know, he had to do the same thing, too. It's like they never had a break. Or it seemed like they never had a break, but of course they did, but, you know, geez, they have, wow, you know, what can you do? And I know some people, they kind of left me suggestions on how to say people's names correctly lately, and, you know, I explained for a while now, ever since I've been doing these LPs and whatnot. I mean, I pronounce things differently. I pronounce them wrong most of the time, but and the thing is, I really, not to say I don't care, but to me, it's like I just try anyway. You know, even though I try saying it the right way, I still mess it up. It's kind of like, God damn it, whatever. You know, ugh. And like I even look up research sometimes on how to pronounce people's names. You know, especially in games like this, like, you know, like for example, Prosecutor Gavin. You know, there are a lot of people named out there who they're called Gavin. However, there's a lot of people out there, they pronounce it Gavin. So it's like, well, crap, which one is it? And, well, the thing is, Gavin sounds more punny to me, because a lot of these games have, like, pun names. So that's why I kind of chose that one. And the other ones, like, you know, Lamirar and Tomaki Tobaye, whoever, Tobaki, or, I know I'm messing that one up. It's like, I'm trying to say it right, but it's not coming out right at all. But, you know, what can I mean, I'm trying, but it's still going to come up jacked up, so I would just tell you guys, just please excuse me when I keep saying it. I mean, it may drive some of you guys nuts, but, well, oh well, I guess? Oh well. Not really, oh well, like, I'm dismissing you guys, but, you know, whatever. Oh my god, I'm already been 2 minutes. Let's start the trial, my god. I guess that's what happens when I just keep blabbing, you know. See, I like it when they go straight to the court. You know, we don't have to go for a little introductory into the courtroom. Court is now in session 4. How do I say that? See, even the judge doesn't know how to say these words. Maki Tobaye, Your Honor, the pixie of the arpeggio, damn it, music word! Right, his trial. Court is in session. Defense is ready, Your Honor. Prosecution is A-OK, Air Judge. Very well, Prosecutor Gavin. Gavin? Yeah, Gavin. No, Gavin. God, now I'm getting confused. My opening statement, yeah? No, actually, there was something else I wanted to ask you about. Yes? Say you're going to visit someone in the hospital for an incurable disease. What do you say to them? I mean, you wouldn't say get well soon, right? You'd only be kicking them when they're down. What are you talking about? Actually, I'm gonna visit someone who's terminally ill right after this trial. The Chief Justice's son. The Chief Justice? His son is afflicted with a most terrible disease. He doesn't have long, it seems. So I thought I'd go pay him a visit. I thought saying something moving might be the order of the day. Why don't grown-ups ever just say what's on their mind instead of pretending? She's looking at me with something like disgust. Hey, what are you looking at me like that for? In any case, I'm a bit busy today, so let's wrap this up quickly. Prosecutor Gavin, your opening statement, briefly. You're in luck, Air Judge. I believe you'll be going on to your hospital visit sooner than you think. Oh, crap. First, to review the victim in this case. Romain Latouche, age 35. Really? Looks a lot older than that. The global manager of diva songstress Lamirar. The case of death, cause of death, blood loss due to being shot by a large caliber revolver. This report has all the details. The court accepts this into evidence. Alright, we'll make sure to take a look at that sooner or later. 45 caliber. That's quite large, isn't it? A direct hit from that could knock a man off his feet. I guess so. Unless it's Chuck Norris! Oh god, I made Chuck Norris joke. I apologize. However, the bullet struck him in the shoulder. The damage to the body was slight. Death was not immediate. Sadly, his blood loss was such that he could not be saved. I suppose the victim's condition could have been much worse, considering. I guess so. 2 shots were fired. One missed, and the other penetrated and passed through the victim's shoulder. Both bullets were found in the wall at the scene. Observe the diagram. This is where the bullets hit. I see. Court accepts this as evidence. I think I noticed that before when I was examining the room, but I didn't manage to examine it. Whatever. If we're talking about a .45 caliber revolver here, we must assume that the killer was an adept at the weapon's use. Really? Yeah, apparently weapons that size have a powerful kickback. If, say, the judge tried to fire one, it'd break every bone in his body. The defense will take more care in choosing examples. As I was saying, the victim was shot backstage in a dressing room. This dressing room has only one entrance, this door. That does seem to be the case, yes. However, there were witnesses who heard the gunshots. He's talking about you and Emma, huh? Yet, when the witnesses entered the room, it was empty, save for the victim's body, of course. But that's impossible! Exactly. This murder was impossible. For all but one person. One person? That is, of course, the defendant, Maki Tobaye. Only this defendant could have committed a crime. But how? It's quite simple. The circumstances of the crime seem to make it clear. Very well. I assume you have testimony to back up his claim. Let the witness please take the stand. Your name and profession, please. Emma Sky. I'm a detective for the police department. I was on security detail at the concert forum that night. Emma seems tired somehow. Security at the concert, you say? Some security I was. Couldn't even stop the murder. Now, don't blame yourself. Things like this happen. I made even bigger mistakes in my career, you know? I'm sure that makes her feel much better. I want to hear... Excuse me, guys. Ugh. That was a big burp. Alright. I want to hear about these bigger mistakes. In any case, because you were on security detail, the crime was quickly discovered, and we were able to identify the killer. You may give the court your testimony, if you would. Describe the circumstances of that day and your discovery of the crime, please. Alright. Alright, come on, Emma, you can do it. Just don't do anything stupid, I guess. Kind of like Detective Gumshoe would do. See, I never mentioned this before, but I guess Emma kind of replaces Gumshoe in this game. Aw, I miss Gumshoe. Oh man, I miss a lot of characters from the old Phoenix Wright. I'm hoping that they all make an appearance again in the new Ace Attorney 5, whenever that decides to come out. Alright, so let's hear about murderous circumstances. The night of the murder, I was on security backstage at Prosecutor Gavin's request. Only people involved in the concert in some way were allowed backstage. At the beginning of the third set, I heard shots. I went into the room, filled with blaring rock music, and found the body. I examined the scene and determined that only the defendant could have done it. Damn. It was lucky that the detective was the first on the scene. But that door was the only way out of the room, right? Yeah, pretty much. Then I don't get it. How can they say that Maki did it? Looks like we need a bit more information. Very well. The defense may begin the cross-examination. Alright. Well, and this is one of those times where you pretty much just want to keep pressing the statements because we just need more information. Because nothing sounded odd, but why not hear more? The night of the murder was the night of the concert, yes? That's right. What was the detective doing on security detail, might I ask? If it was only a concert. My thoughts exactly. But orders are orders, even when they come from rock gods. Prosecutor Gavin? Yes, allow me to explain. I smelled something that day, you might say. The stench of conspiracy. That day at the concert hall. Conspiracy? Well, isn't it obvious? My keys! That whole morning, no, the whole day was ruined. And it's all because someone stole my keys. I couldn't ride my hog to the show. I couldn't open my guitar case. There he goes again. Isn't it possible he simply misplaced them? Misplaced them? Misplaced items don't just wander into a victim's hand on their own. What's this? Prester Gavin, if your keys were in the victim's hand, that makes you a prime suspect. Oh my god, did you see what he just said? And he's telling them all to shut up with his epic air guitarness. Love, slow acting, and new. Etroquinine, what is waiting for you? God, stop using big words. He's singing something. Does everything with this guy have to be so over the top? The killing happened in the middle of my concert. I was like a sailor, adrift on a sea of sound. Anyway, I didn't want anything else stolen, so I put the detective the most... excuse me. I put the detective the most time on their hands on a task. Oh, that's nice. I see. I can accept that. Well, I can't. What do you mean time on their hands? Well, obviously you're not really doing that much there, Emma. Please, the testimony. Poor Emma. Okay, so only people involved. Okay, say more about that. We were lit in, though. I didn't know about that. I certainly didn't invite you. I gave the fraud line special permission to be there. I wanted to see her again. Oh boy, did you hear that? We're officially involved now. Gee, great. Some other hangers-on tried to get up backstage, but I drove them off. So no other outsiders were there then. And then this. At the beginning, you heard shots. I believe we were having a chat when we heard the shots. You were the one chatting. I was eating snackoos. Hey! No snacking in court! Aww. And you're sure the shots came from Lemuroir's room? Yes, absolutely. Hey, I'm the one being cross-examined here. Here, this'll keep you quiet. Oh no, she snackooed me. Ah, thanks. So, how about it, Emma? You were right there. Hard to be mistaken about that. Please, either talk or eat. Not both at the same time. Right, so after that, me and Mr. Lawyer there opened the dressing room door. And then, that. Rock? Blaring, yes. When you say rock, are you referring, perhaps, to this rock and roll music that's so popular these days? That's right. When we went into the dressing room, the concert was playing over the speakers. The music was playing over the speaker on the wall. They piped sound from the stage and the backstage through speakers. That way people in the back can hear what was supposed to be on stage. Did it have to be so loud? You don't listen to the Gavineers with your ears. You feel it with your entire body and soul. I always have the backstage monitors at full volume. When we walked into the room, the band was playing Guilty Love, I believe, making it easy to determine the time of the crime. If you could hear that music playing, then everyone on stage for that song has an alibi, including myself. Anyway, I closed off the scene and started my investigation. When the hell did she put her glasses on? Why did she even put it on during that portion there? Whatever. So what about this time? The last one. How could you know something like that? As I said, it was clear from the circumstances. Listen, we know there was only one exit from the room, that door. The small window only opened a tiny crack, and I was standing in front of that door. So, how could a killer have fled the scene? There's only one possibility. The air vent. Ah! But that air vent was too small! Who could possibly... Exactly. Ah, crap. There's certainly no way you could get through. Nor me. The only one who could fit through was a child. A child? Remember, access to those rooms were limited. Only those involved in the concert were allowed. And of all the people involved in the concert, only one is small enough to be considered a child. The defendant! The pixie of the word again flittered up toward the sky and disappeared from the scene of the crime. But that's just conjecture! Oh? There was no other way out of that room. You were there. You should know, Air Forehead. And there is another vital piece of evidence. Evidence? What? Marks were found in the air vent and grill. Traces that had recently been opened. What? What? Ah! And something else was found, quite clearly. The defendant, Maki Tabayu's fingerprints. What? 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 Why is nobody telling this earlier? Order! 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 That air vent was the only way out of the room. The defendant's fingerprints were found on the grill. Well, Air Forehead, what fairy tale does this suggest to you? Only one could pass through that vent, that doorway to heaven, and that one is our pixie. Why are you looking at me, Apollo? Hey, I was only whooping it up to the audience. So this was his decisive evidence. Quite decisive indeed. I believe that's enough of that. The prosecution has a rather convincing case. The only way in or out of the crime scene was watched, making the defendant the only one who could possibly leave the scene. Simple and decisive. I believe we've heard enough to determine our verdict. Even if I wasn't in a hurry to make a hospital visit, I'm sure the Chief Justice will appreciate the gesture. Unfortunately, we have no direct witnesses. Fortunately, the criminal left decisive evidence for us. That will have to be enough. It can't be over already! Very well. I believe this trial is finished. If the defense has no contradicting evidence, the prosecution has presented our proof clear and plain. If you have contradicting evidence, it better be clear and plain. Apollo, they got us on the ropes already! You better come up with something quick. I know! Think, what can get us out of this? We need evidence, or a witness that can prove Maki is innocent beyond a doubt. Without that... Mr. Justice, do you have contradicting proof that can overturn the prosecution's case? If you do, you better tell us about it now. This is it. It's so soon. If I mess this one up, it's all over. The court wants contradicting proof? Well, I won't have it until next time, guys. So, as usual, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for Let's Play Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. See you guys later.